Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So we are out at the deer lease.
My favorite.
Me and Colton.
You better believe it.
This is like the step right before you get to heaven is right out here. And we are
Purgatory?
okay. And we are sharing a little bit of Buffalo Trace bourbon with this week's special tobacco release from GL Pease. This is Silver Jubilee, celebrating GL Peace's 25th anniversary in blending tobaccos. So that's, and it kind of coincides with the big anniversary that Smoking Pipes is also doing right now. So I think that's pretty cool. So it's probably right now about 40 degrees, maybe 38 degrees. And it's just it's really crisp in the air. And to me, just a perfect time to sample this particular tobacco. Let me read to you a little bit about what Cornell and Deal says about this. They say, celebrating 25 years of GL Peace, Silver Jubilee is a unique expression of traditional Virginia flakes. This indulgent flake features special 25-year-old red Virginia and other choice flue-cured grades combined with whispers of rare Italian dark-fired Kentucky for a rich flavor profile with elements of bread and subtle maltiness. Celebrate 25 years of GL Peace and discover Silver Jubilee, available December 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. So we know that the components on this are Virginias and dark fired.
Yeah.
Like to kind of give you a little bit of what GL Peace mentioned about this. To commemorate this milestone, I present Silver Jubilee. I've been playing with prototypes for most of the year, and a while back left some hints that something was coming. And here it is. It's a blend of some wonderful 25-year-old red Virginia and other special flue-cured leaf, spiced with a bit of rare Italian dark-fired. Silver Jubilee goes on sale the 10th of December and is limited to 10,000 tins. And he feels like this is a real special blend. So there we go. So let's talk about the tin note on this.
Yeah. So tin note, I smelled that, while you were doing all your introduction and everything like that. You get some of that breadiness that he's talking about kind of in there, but very Virginia forward, but there is just that hint of spice, something in there that might be the dark fired or maybe the Kentucky. I don't know, but
well, first of all, this is presented in a kind of a broken flake. And it's really, really easy to rub out. It rubs out in a nice long ribbon kind of style. Really, really nice. Lots of dark colors in here. Yeah, so that maltiness to me just kind of comes right through. I get a slight sweetness coming in there. A little bit of baking spices. A little bit like maybe nutmeg or allspice. There's a grassiness essence to it.
Yeah. It's really hard out here with how cold it is.
It is, yeah. Your nose kind of changes a little bit outside.
Yeah. But that grassiness and just that, I'd say Virginia forward on the tin note.
Yeah, the reds are predominant in this for sure.
Yeah.
So you get kind of that sweet, tangy kind of scent to it.
Yeah. I think whenever I was a kid, I remember, this was a long time ago, you had some kind of red Virginia tobacco, and I remember I was young. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember thinking, man, that kind of smells like a barbecue sauce or like a ketchup kind of thing. And I, little did I know at the time it was a red Virginia, or there was
Yeah, it
red
was
Virginia.
probably McClellan's Christmas Cheer is probably what it was.
Like I said, I don't remember. I remember I was young, and you looked at me.
Do you remember it being in a red can?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
And I remember you looking at me going, good nose. Yeah, but yeah, that red Virginia kind of tangy, you know, a little bit on the end there.
I just get a lot of maltiness, a lot of breadiness, yeasty kind of smell to it, a little bit of grassiness.
Mm-hmm.
The Kentucky kind of plays a little bit in there with a little bit of sour and a little bit of earthiness and smokiness a little bit. But for the most part, it's pretty much forward Virginia.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. All right, well, let's talk about the taste. What are you getting?
As soon as I lit it, before we started recording, as soon as we lit it, I went, oh yeah, that's a Virginia, but there's a little tang on there. There's a little bite on there. I think it's that dark fire kind of coming through. It's a real complex kind of flavor on there. But you get the tanginess of the red Virginia, but then there's just that smokiness. There's like just a little bit of bite to it, like almost a peppery kind of taste on there.
There's a little bit of spice, a little pepper spice on there. At the end, at the end of the smoke, you get a little bit of that. Yeah. The forward part that I get is a lot of tangy, a lot of citrusy kind of flavors, and a little bit of a sweetness kind of that hangs in there too, like a sugar, almost like a simple syrup.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess you could find kind of like the breadiness that he's talking about in there. You know, a little bit of like sweetness in there, yeasty kind of thing. But
yeah,
the biggest thing that I took away from though, whenever I lit it initially, was yes, this is a Virginia, but there is just a little bit of spice, like a little kick there on the end. And
I think the Kentucky in this kind of adds a little bit of an interesting note. Not just your regular red Virginia kind of whatever. And although it's a 25-year-old red Virginia that's in here, you know, sometimes those even need a little bit of help. We've got the dogs running around here.
The doggos having fun. Get out of here, babies.
Yeah, and so I think that Kentucky kind of just adds a little bit of nuance to it that makes it a little more interesting.
You know, and the further you get down on it, the more you're tasting those complexities. It's not as much red Virginia. The further I'm getting down, there's just a little bit more of those subtle hints kind of being thrown in here and there, and that's nice. I like it complex.
And actually, although I love to have a bourbon with my night smoke, I think the bourbon kind of takes away from the flavor profile of the tobacco.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, this tobacco needs to be treated solo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because that's the first sip of bourbon that I've had, and
it masks everything.
Everything's out.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I like one or the other. You know, like either I'm focusing on the smoke or I'm focusing on whatever the heck else is going on. But just that kind of, I guess you call it a cleanse, like a palate cleanse. But
yeah,
that's a rough palate cleanse.
Yeah, well, it's almost like instead of a cleansing, it's almost like a stripping. You know, it just rips it right off your tongue.
just for notes, we are drinking a Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, it's a regular Buffalo Trace, which surprisingly enough used to be kind of hard to get, but now I've been finding it all the time. It's available all the time now. Okay. So, and I actually found at the same liquor store that I buy everything at, I actually found a bottle of Blanton's at a price that was affordable.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I told you what bourbon I got for this weekend, and
it's a step up, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, out here at the Deer Lease, we usually go a little rough, and so we don't usually drink good stuff. We usually drink rot gut. So
it is what it is.
Okay, well, the flavor profile on this is delicious. I love it, and I've normally found that Peace blends need a little bit of time. Like I'll take Spark Plug for an example. I smoke Spark Plug right out of the tin, and and I was like, okay, it's nice, it's all right.
Mm.
But then I left it for about 6 months and came back to it, and it was absolutely incredible. So with time, Peace blends, to me, need that maturation. This, on the other hand, with that aged tobacco that's already in it,
Yeah.
helps that flavor profile to be uh, more integrated.
Yeah.
Rather than just kind of like, sometimes you'll find tobaccos that, have maybe 3 or 4 different leaves in it, and you taste the 3 or 4 different leaves individually rather than a nice melded blend.
Yeah. Like an ensemble or something like
Right.
that. Yeah.
And this one tastes like that.
Yeah. It feels like everything, like there's not one fighting the other. There's not one that's trying to overpower. It's all really mixed really, really well. And I blended rather really, really, really well.
So
like a
it's
big guy.
difficult when we're outside to really talk about a room note. But what do you think you're getting on the room note with this?
Well, no, it kind of more of the dark fire on that, more than anything.
So you get a smokiness,
Yeah, you don't really get the red
maybe a
Virginia.
little bit of a spice.
Yeah, I don't smell the breadiness. I don't smell, the earthy, grassy kind of things that I'm looking for with a Virginia.
Honestly, with a tobacco that tastes as good as this does, I don't give a shit about what the room
The taste
note
is great.
is.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't like it and you're not smoking,
and
just leave.
outside, like you said, it's almost impossible to really get a good room note when you're in 38-degree weather.
And you got a little
Your
bit of
nose
breeze.
gets a little bit, clogged up
Yeah.
and everything. So
Well, that's why we got the stripper.
there you go. Yeah. Well, as far as room note, I agree with you. I get a tobacco essence, kind of a smoky tobacco essence. I can't tell if it's dark fired or if it's red Virginia or the other Virginias that are combined in there. It's difficult to tell.
Yeah.
All I know is that the flavor
Pretty.
absolutely it lifts this tobacco
Yeah.
to a point where I just don't care
Yeah.
what the room note is.
This is one of those tobacco. One, whenever I lit it, very easy to light, right out of the tin. So I think I had,
the moisture content on this is absolutely perfect.
It's awesome, which I like that, straight and to the point. And admittedly, I say this every episode that I shoot with you, but I hadn't been smoking as much as I used to. But this flavor, just the flavor. I was talking about the flavor. This is one that would kind of get me back.
Get you back going to it. Yeah.
It's a really tasty one.
Yeah,
like
and like we said, this is a limited edition, so the website is going to crash, guys. When you go to Smoking Pipes, it's going to crash. I suggest that you call them.
Okay.
You use the 1-800 number. Call them. It's easier. It's faster. You're not waiting and hoping and praying that you catch just give them a call on Wednesday.
Well, that's cool of them to have, like a 1-800 number that you can order from too. So
Yeah.
that's always good.
Well, a lot of us old people don't like to.
So me working where I'm working now with a big corporation, calling a number, I don't do nothing. So it's nice that helps.
What did you think about the nicotine? How are you feeling with the nicotine?
It's a little bit higher than what I'm used to.
Well, that Dark Fire Kentucky is a burley base, and so burley has a little bit of a higher content than, let's say, Orientals or things like that.
I wouldn't say harsh, but I would say it's a little bit more of a kick in the pants. I wouldn't smoke this in the morning.
Yeah, this is a medium to me.
I wouldn't smoke this in the morning. I'd probably wait for midday, later in the day, finishing up the night, something like that. But I don't think I could smoke this all day, to be honest with you.
It's absolutely relaxing right now.
It's awesome.
It just caps the end of the day perfectly.
With flavor, nicotine, just kind of everything all at once.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm getting more of that sweetness as I get lower down into the bowl.
Yeah, those Virginias that they put in there, those flue-cured Virginias.
Jesus, this is a good smoke.
It's a good smoke. It really is.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like I said, this is going to be available on Wednesday, December 10th at 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're prone to try something like this, get on there and get your cans ordered, because once this is gone, it's gone forever.
Well, then I have to ask, how'd you get it early?
You know,
You got a guy?
hey, what can I say?
I got a guy.
I'm a very special person. What can I say?
Your Italian's coming out there.
Yeah.
You got a guy.
I made an offer he can't refuse.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah. And now, as I've been out here in the elements a little bit more, smoking a little bit more, the bourbon is starting to pair a little better with it than what it did at the very beginning.
Okay.
What are you smoking it in?
What brand was it? RNL?
RNA?
RNA. Yeah. I think either you got this for me or I ordered one. A long time ago, they were having a really good sale. And
I think I got that pipe for $5.
yeah, it was super cheap. Just a cheap little briar second or something like that.
It's definitely a perfect deer lease pipe.
And this is one of the ones like this and a cob I just keep out here. So whenever I come out, I don't have to worry about bringing all my stuff with me. But this is one that I just kind of keep out here. It's just a kicker.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I've got a couple of RNA treasure pipes in there. I've got a Aldo Villani in there. I've got a cob in there. And yeah, you're not worried about whether you lose it or chip it or scratch it or whatever. It's just a beat around pipe, but it's functional.
It's a tool for the job.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely functional.
What are you smoking out of?
This pipe was made by Jay Allen at the Chicago Pipe Show pipe making seminar, and I won this in an auction.
That's cool.
Yeah. So this is the one that he made, and I mean his pipes go for $1,500, $2,000. They're very expensive pipes.
Gotcha.
But this is, it's just a regular old block of wood that he used and shaped a kind of a large Lovat out of it, and it smokes great. I think I got it for $100.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So not bad.
You got so many damn pipes. I walk into your office now and I just go, I don't even know what's new anymore.
I have gotten to the point where I don't buy pipes anymore. I just buy tobacco because I've got so many pipes. And honestly, I could probably smoke one pipe a day every day and have never smoked the same pipe twice in a year.
Well, recently I moved and I was moving all my tobacco stuff and everything like that. My wife looked at me and she goes, "Why do you have so many damn pipes?" And even me, every now and then I'll have a pipe, but even then I think I have 40 or something like that.
I love pipes. I love the looks of them, the aesthetics of it. I'm interested in the story behind the pipe, the pipe maker. All of those things to me are very interesting. And so when I go to pipe shows and there's just a pipe that speaks to me, I think that it's almost a disservice not to get that pipe, because and your mother doesn't understand that as much. Her evaluation of it all is, well, if you buy a pipe, I'm going to go buy some shoes or a purse.
Oh yeah, Shelby's the same way.
But there's an artistic value to having and owning this pipe. And I'm not one of those guys that loves to buy a pipe, smoke it for a couple of years, and then trade it in for another pipe.
Yeah.
I keep everything.
Yeah.
There's been maybe a half a dozen pipes that I've gotten rid of. And the reason is because they just didn't smoke worth a crap.
Yeah.
Many of them were factory pipes.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, but the great thing about the pipe smoking community is that it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own thing. This is what I like. You do your thing. Someone else does their thing. And if they like to just own, let's say, Savinelli's, and that's all they've got is Savinelli's,
whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I've also,
You know,
I've
that's
also,
great.
and I've also noticed the pipe community. You know, they're very just like, oh, cool. Like there's no judgment. There's no kind of like, oh, well, this guy only smokes whatever. You know, no one gives
You
a
know,
crap.
there's one or two of those guys that
Yeah.
are out there, but for the most part, yes.
Yeah, there's not a lot of.
For the most part, you're right,
nonsense.
and it's that's the way it should be.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the way it should be.
There's not a lot of things like that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, as divided as our world is right now with all the things, we need things that bring us closer together. And this is absolutely one of those things.
Simple. Wood, tobacco, flame. Knock it out.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Great.
Okay, guys. Well, like I said, this is coming out pretty quick. Make sure that you get online and get your stash. I've already got a pre-order in for mine, so I'm ready to go.
I'll be borrowing some of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, just another hit for GL Pease.
Awesome.
This is a really, really great blend.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's gonna serve us well out here at Dearly's.
I really enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't smoke too often anymore, but this was a nice blend. You gave me two options whenever I came into the camper, and I thought, well, you know, Dad, you know me well enough to know I'll go with the Virginia. But
Yeah.
very pleasant.
Yeah.
Very,
Well,
very
and I
nice.
brought that out here specifically knowing that. So yeah, good thing.
I appreciate it.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we'll have this week. I think we're going to drop 2 videos. So this one will, you know, when this one comes out, plan on another video. Oh, maybe 2 or 3 days after this one, on another blend that I wanted to put out there for buddy of mine, Anthony Ponton from Appalachian Customs. So anyway, yeah. Make sure that you visit the site and enjoy this tobacco.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we do appreciate you watching. So don't forget.
Make all your piping moments count.
We'll see you next time and have a wonderful week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.